Hello everyone, Thomas here from Thunderbolt Films, and yes, I am still here, do not worry, and I actually do have a good update for you. This past Saturday, as I'm recording this on Monday, we finally got a good chunk of my short film, AWAKEN, filmed. Yes, finally, after, God, I don't know how long I've been talking about this film. Over a year, definitely well over a year, probably coming up on 2 years before long, so yeah, it is crazy. We're finally getting it done. We have about 70% of the film shot. We would have had a little bit more, but we have one scene that we are going to have to push off till later. And we were supposed to film today on Monday, but if you look outside, the weather decided to turn on us and we got covered with a blanket of snow. So, but that's Indiana weather for you. So it looks like we're gonna have to put off production of the rest of the film until about January. Hopefully we'll get a couple of decent days in that time frame. So I'm looking at a late February release date for my deadline. So we'll see how that goes. I hope to have some kind of teaser trailer for it within the coming weeks or so. And I want to give a huge shout out to Ryan Long for lending me not only his slider, but his Canon 24mm EFS 2.8 lens. Like, this thing is just a beast. We shot most of the movie on this lens. We shot in a car, we shot downtown at night and everything, and it did wonders for us, you know, and I cannot recommend this lens enough. I love the Canon 50mm lens, but this is just so much more versatile, and you don't have to deal with the tightness of the 50mm lens on a crop sensor camera like that I have. I'm using it right now. I am going to be returning it soon, but I will be picking one up for myself as soon as possible because it's so good. It's so good. And we are gonna have a whole bunch of behind the scenes stuff for AWAKEN by the time it comes out next year, which that ties into another topic I want to discuss, which is 2020, more specifically my goals for it. One of my goals for 2020 is to go full-time with Thunderbolt Films, and hopefully it'll be happening soon. The thing with my current job, it's just you know, I've been there for 2 years. It's the longest I've held a job, and it's just, I'm getting that feeling. It's time, you know. Which that all ties into my bigger goal is to do for 2020. My goal is to make 5 short films for next year, and that doesn't count documentaries and other freelance work. So it's just 5 narrative short films. So we'll see how that goes. And the last thing I want to talk about, it's more of a curiosity thing. Considering the idea I go full-time next year, I want to entertain the idea of, if I made a Patreon, who would support it? Now, mind you, I'm not doing YouTube full-time. I will purposely never do that as a full-time job. If it became a source of income for me, that's fine, but, you know, just the current state of YouTube, it's too unstable and too unreliable to do it as a full-time job if I ever got to that point. But, however, I'm just curious, if I made a Patreon, how many of you guys would support it? And what kind of perks would you want to see on there if you were to support it, if I were to make one? I'm not saying I'm going to, I'm just sort of more or less entertaining the idea of it, just to see, you know, if it'd be something that I could set up or something. So, but let me know in the comments below if I made a Patreon and you guys would support it. But that does it for me. I've got to get back to work. I've got to do a bunch more stuff and get back to work on AWAKEN. And yeah, that's it. So if you want to keep up to date with everything, make sure to follow me on all my social media, especially my Instagram. I have posted some stuff from the AWAKEN shoot, which are a lot of stuff to talk about. So, but we'll get to that in due time. So, but thanks guys, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.